Hey guys, today it should be about a conceivably bad scenario. Namely, after the breakup to beg, to plead, to humiliate yourself in front of her just so that she comes back to you as soon as possible. Honestly? From the point of view of your love, your need and your pain, put yourself in a situation that has nothing to do with you. Maybe in a movie that you have seen at some point. The main character is attractive, intelligent, confident and single. She has the freedom to look around the dating market and freely decide what qualities she wants in her partner. So what do you think she'll want? Probably someone who is at least her equal and who, like her, knows what he wants and also acts accordingly. Someone who makes it easy for her to get to know each other and build a bond. Someone who, however, has his own life on the side, on which you can build together later and who has more to offer through this life and this attitude than the average man. Emotionally, physically, and materially. I'll break down the third wall now. For those who don't understand what I mean by that, the main character in this story is your ex. And when you beg her, you are the opposite of the person I described. You are not attractive at that moment. Neither for your ex, nor for any other woman on this planet. But that's not because of you in general, it's because of your current behavior. And all this is by far not the worst. Because your ex knows who you are and what you are going through. All things she might forgive or forget if they didn't persist. But what you are still accomplishing with this behavior is making her feel misunderstood and disrespected. Of course you can't understand this right now, but when someone says, "The relationship is over for me," then the person wants emotional and mostly also spatial distance from you. It doesn't matter how she expressed it. Her actions and the breakup itself show that's what she meant. The relationship is over. To keep a relationship going, it takes two people who really want it without a doubt. If one of the two people no longer wants it, it's over and it generally doesn't matter how you feel about it or whether or not it is for you at that moment. It is over. That's a fact. You will sooner or later come to the point of having to accept that. And the longer it takes, the more painful it will be. The more broken you and your current life will be afterwards. All of this may sound hard now, but believe me, I've been to the point where I couldn't accept it either. I then thought myself into a downward spiral where I gradually thought that nothing would make sense anymore. But you are the only person who can get you out of it. And that at any time. The first step is to accept the person you love so much that her leaving had the power to trigger that in you. Don't you think she deserves to make her own decisions? And if her decision was to drop you, what do you want with her at that moment? I'm only talking about right now. Of this moment. Coach Craig Kenneth once had a nice saying, "A woman's feelings change like the clouds in the sky." You will most likely get your chance if you don't stay down and feel sorry for yourself. You can do that for a while, and the process of grieving is also one you have to go through. But there is a difference between grieving and not accepting. Give your much-loved ex what she wants in the moment. The more you besiege her and put more pressure on her, the less likely it is that she will ever associate good things with you again. Because with that, she sees you as someone who completely puts his good and his will above hers. Then the bonus that she knows how badly you are doing is of no use to you. Because she has to defend herself against you, which triggers bad feelings towards you. You have just done that for a while and you know yourself how bad that must have been. She might have ignored you because of it, blocked you or got more and more upset about it and hurt you violently in the end. The latter is not a bad sign, by the way, because the opposite of love is indifference. If she is still touched by what you said, then look at it positively. But stop this behavior towards her right now. You are only showing her that you are humiliating yourself so much and that you are not a complete person without her. And in your sorrow you also think that it would be something romantic and you show that you both would be something special. And no. It just shows that you are not self-reliant and have no self-respect. That you are dependent on them in every aspect of your lives and can't get anything done on your own. Women do not want this power over you. On the contrary. It is always worth striving for yourself to be happy and content. That you see other people in your life as nice to have. As someone who does not complement your happiness, but expands it. This knowledge that everything would go on just fine without the person and life itself would have kept you from slipping into such a depression now. And yes, I'm going out on a limb here, you would have acted differently even within the relationship with this knowledge, and maybe that would have saved the relationship itself. But that's all over now. You can no longer change anything about the past. But you can always influence the future, and that starts right now. Your decision now can set the course in a direction where you are once again the best option for your ex. And that direction starts with you stopping acting like a teenager at best and a stalker at worst. Or by stopping looking only at yourself for fault. If you have found something wrong, don't feel sorry for yourself, but change it. No matter how long it takes. At the same time, take care of the rest of the things that make your life worth living. Do you think you don't have any right now? Then create some. Job, sports, friends, hobbies. Everything that brings you forward in a positive direction. Imagine the man you want to become. Alone on a pedestal and not surrounded by beautiful women or holding hands with your ex. A man who is happy and desirable alone. The rest will come passively all by itself. So again, if you have already begged and cried your ex's ears off, this is not a criterion to exclude her from giving you another chance at some point. Your best chance for that is no contact. Just as I have described in other videos. Depending on how long you've been going through this behavior and whether or not she's even writing with you now, say your line on, "I love you, but can only imagine a relationship with you. If you want to work with me on that, feel free to contact me." Maybe another apology would be appropriate for your whining and for not being able to respect her decision. But keep it short and say this is what you're going to do now. And that's all. You apologize for it exactly once, if at all. In the future, you will never bring it up again. And that's it. That was your last contact from you. If she refuses or says something else about it, that's fine. You will not respond to it again. She really needs peace from you now. If she has been ignoring you for a long time, has blocked you, or you have even managed to get a court order banning her from approaching you, don't say anything more about it, just give her space. Trying to find loopholes to reach someone and say something like that doesn't help much anymore. As I said, all this is no exclusion criterion for the fact that she will have a weak moment in the future and may contact you again. The sooner you make her feel that you respect her decision, the more likely that is. And then when she contacts you, it's up to you whether you've worked on yourself enough in no contact and you can show that authentically or not. But right now, there's nothing you can actively work out with her for your desire to get the ex back. Look to yourselves. This is hard to hear and not easy for me to say either, as it reminds me of my former self. But it is important to have heard this once if you are still in the mindset that you could change your ex's mind by begging and pleading. In that case, it's best to listen to the video The Illusion of Action again. It may help you to understand all this better. Take care, and until the next video.